Here's our first attack. It's only at this point that we realize we're playing the same opponents. It's like, oh, But his positioning of the bunkers is not good. He should have done more like a straight line or a concave out. This way I can kind of pick at the corners where only one bunker can attack at a time. And again, when he knows we're all in here, he should be committing lots of SCVs to his front. Just forget your economy. Get like 10 SCVs out there to repair. Get those bunkers surrounded. So one bunker down. Bailing's kind of danced to the back because they were walled in. Probably not the best use of a scan. Again, trying to separate out the units against Bailings. We've seen my last video. So you have it. I even killed those Bailings, I think, before they even got range while I was separating. There's a fight later on here where I don't micro it, and you can see what Bailings actually do to Marines if you just A-move. It's not a pretty sight. So once again, we've blown through the front line. They went direct counter to our strategy, and we still had enough to get in. And we're spending our resources pretty well. We only have 200 each. Look at our bases. We got 5 barracks at Teal, 5 here. Oops. Kind of missed an attack there. Let's do that again. So once I've blown through the front line, obviously I'm thinking economies. Okay, knock out the economies. Hitting the Queen is a good way to knock down his production. And then get range on the hatchery and the drones here. Again, see the Bailings coming in, split my units off. And even more Bailings. But it's just, that's actually a waste of Bailings. I mean, he killed, his last 3 Bailings only killed 4 Marines. You really need to send them into a clump of Marines and just save them otherwise. So Hellions, you know, they do the extra damage to Marines, bonus to light, but they have the same range as Marines, so it's not like you can like kite units like you can with Zerglings or Zealots. And also fighting at 6 range versus 6 range, you're not going to be hitting a lot of units at once. You got to really move in to get to hit a bunch of units at once, and if you do that, you're leaving yourself susceptible to a lot of getting hit by a lot of Marines, and they do die fast. So. Let's show that one more time. This is what happens. You know, I've shown you how to do proper micro versus Banelings. This is what happens when you don't do proper micro versus Banelings. I don't really have sight on him, so when I did come in, it was kind of like, was not ready for that. That was maybe 3 Banelings, and he killed maybe 15 Marines. Using the Banelings at the end there was not smart, though. It's kind of a waste. So here we catch them. Not a good place to convert them into Banelings. We're obviously here and we can spot them. This is kind of annoying. My partner and I were kind of fighting for control. He's trying to run away because he sees Banelings. I'm like, no! That's okay. He only killed 2 units. And yeah, this game is more or less over. That's the end of his drones. And that'll be the end of his lair any moment. GG. So I think I'll do one more match and then we'll call it an end of the video. So here we are on Decena, or Decena, whatever it's called. And we spawn on the right side of the map against our opponents on the left side. We got Slipstream as Protoss, and Hydra, the famous foreign Starcraft 1 player. He's won Starcraft 2 tournaments. No, I'm just kidding. Someone copying his name, probably a small L instead of capital I or something along those lines. So I guess I'll go over the build order in case you're interested. You see, I go to 9 supply, and then send out to make my barracks. And then I make my 10th SCV, and then I send out to make my supply depot. At this point, I make my 11th SCV, and I queue up at 12th. I also queue up the second supply depot to finish the wall. This SCV you should have queued back to your mineral patch, which I did, but my wall was closed, which is kind of annoying. And at that point, I don't build any Marines yet, and I don't build anything after my 12th SCV. I'm just kind of saving up for orbital command. Now once I get my orbital, I start my Marine production. I guess I did go Marine first there. Normally I go orbital first. If there's no threat of a quick rush, you don't have to seal your door this early. You can hold off on this second supply depot. You can go orbital first, then your first Marine, then get the supply, which may make more sense. But with the two supplies at this point, especially with the help of mules, I get my second barracks, then my third barracks, then my fourth barracks, and then finally build my third supply. And then from there you can just kind of wing it. You know, the idea is never supply cap yourself, keep buying Marines non-stop, and if you ever start pooling up resources, throw down more barracks. I also like to get a refinery with 2 SCVs on it, and then throw a tech lab on one of my barracks just so I can get stim packs and combat shield. Sometimes I'm not able to do that though, it depends how much micro I'm doing, because I'm the one in control of doing our attack force. So let's rewind it a touch. We got the Reaper attack from Teal. Reaper can kill 2 Marines piecemeal, but if 2 Marines attack him at once, then the Reaper will die. Especially if he's just jumping up a cliff and you get some extra shots. So I send my partner my first 2 Marines, and I put them in the most likely location I think he should jump up, which is right by the mineral line. Of course, I'm too smart for him, because or he's too dumb for me, or too smart for me, because he just comes jumping in the front door all the time. At the same time, I put my first 2 Marines in my base. The most likely part, he will jump up here.